Alright. Sorry, YouTube. You guys got a little bit less of what is available to us. Now I love the weather modification that I did to this. Like I just am happy with it. Now of course we're only going to drive for this first little bit today, just this little bit here, and then tonight, once we're going to drive until we get this one done, and then at 6 o'clock I'm going to go out and make some supper a little bit, and then I will hop on again, and we'll drive for another little bit. You guys can sit there, and we have a vehicle malfunction finally starting to happen. Okay, so we need to check navigation. Okay. Alright, because we're gonna take this one and do a lot of things. I will tell you, we're gonna start convoying in American truck. All you're gonna need is you're just gonna need to make sure that you have all of the appropriated mods for it, and the first 8 people to get in on a convoy day will be the ones that we play with for the day. For a single job, we do a single job. We do those things. To be honest, that's why I wasn't even thinking about doing convoy. But if I have like a day where I'm not going anywhere and I just have like a whole day to myself, yeah. Like, why? Like, I hit the darn thing and then, like, what's going on? Is it because I can't see properly without my glasses? No, I don't think so. If you want a convoy, guys, join in the Gaming ROG's convoy. That's where we do everything. gonna have to call the towing service. We're gonna do the service recommended, and then we'll go down here and do those. All right. There we go. But if nobody ends up showing up for the first two, I'm gonna cancel the convoy thing. Because I'm not gonna sit here and wait for people to come in and join in. It's 37. Pa, 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 pa. But thanks Paul the Babalo for joining the TikTok live thing. Thank you. Remember, guys, if you guys wanna catch all the content, make sure you guys are followed. We're live pretty much every day, playing American, Euro, American Truck, Euro Truck Simulator 2. There's this other game that I actually was like, that actually seems like something I'd play. It's called Star Trucker. It's yeah. It's pretty much, there's, thanks Perry for joining the TikTok live. Guys, like, if you want to join in with me and haul some cargo, and, you have Reforma, and you have more cities, and a few other deals, a few other, map mods, you guys can come join me. You do not need to have the, you do not need to have all the maps. You do need to have the majority of them, though. If you do not have the all but 6 of them of the middle central maps, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Nebraska, Iowa, Arkansas, Missouri, and I'm pretty sure I'm missing one somewhere along the line. Yeah, I stopped a little too soon. Then you guys can still come in and play it, but you do need to have some of the maps. And make sure that you have all the mods available for you as well. Because if you don't have these mods from GMC Mods, pretty much we use everything except for things that yeah, I had a green light, buddy. Yeah, and I get a freaking traffic vehicle offense because this other person. But I will tell you that all you have to do is just search up Gaming Matty Rocks GMC mods, and you should be able to find the convoy session. 8 people on the convoy at a time. I'm the only one here. Ah, flip. How did I not see that there, to be honest? Like, it's hard for me to see without my... I don't know why I'm driving without my glasses, to be honest. I yeah, for what little I'm gonna get out of this now is gonna be ridiculous. Now all I'm doing is I'm going around because I feel like sometimes we have to go back this way. It's literally right inside there, and there's no way we can go through that way. Darn nabbit. Why? Why does a freaking white turn? Why does that even freaking get a damage? Ugh. Like, this is why I cannot drive in America. I have way more. Makes much more sense now. Wait, there's a building there? When did the like looking at my cookie, like this is why I think I shouldn't be running Reforma. Because look at that. Yeah, like this one's not. Yep. Yep. I don't care. I'm gonna take that. I have to take the penalty because there's no way I can get to that job. Yeah. No. Okay. I have to take the tow service. This is why, guys, you should probably... We're just gonna do everything to confirm the replacing of the all on them. Yeah, like... It's like... Alright. You know what, guys? I'm gonna take a break here. We will come back to this here in about 30 minutes. I'm gonna go get some food, get something to eat, do some other thing, do a couple of extra things, and we'll be right back. da da do da da dee 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 da do. All right, guys. Well, I'm live again. We're back again. Um, let's take this one. We're gonna go to California now. You know what? We're gonna shut down the convoy, guys. Um, I don't think it's gonna be. I'm just gonna turn off the convoy, guys. But if you guys ever want to hop into convoy, let me know and we'll do that. But for now, I'm not gonna hop into convoy. How? really don't care right now. I am not perfect right now. Is that Napa? But only the Mexican version of Napa? Anyway, I wanted to share with you guys that is California in danger? No. I'm not gonna, like, it may be disruptive a little bit, but California is not in danger, and if any of you who says that it is, it's not in danger. It's more or less they're just doing military. Now, of course, this is probably something that is happening because of the No Kings protest and things. On it. The service recommended. But it's not going to be in any shape or form. It's not going to be a going happily against the grain on California. Like to be honest, like for a lot of wait a minute. That's going. I needed to get my vehicle repaired because I'm not gonna travel on a wear and tear. Like having a wear and tear for a little bit of stuff is fine. But I wanted to really share with this little information that, you know, it's not war torn. It's not gonna go to United States going to war with it. But there is some questions about it. Like if you've listened to the recent Midas Touch thing on it, like it's not war torn. It's not anything, to be honest, it's not anything bad or anything to good. I got a red light. Flip. Flippity tippity tip flip 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 flip. Flip. But We're gonna do this one and then I'm gonna get off. Um, but I wanted to share with you guys that little tidbit of information, and don't believe everything that you see or everything that you hear. Um, like I said, it's like today I went in and it's like, oh, California is gonna be, saw the headlines, saw the title. No, don't believe the headlines. Um, go, like, if you think something suspicious about that headline, go in and read it. Because that's what you're gonna need to do, is get your headline um available to you, um and make sure that you guys are doing right and not just believe the everything that you see and everything that you hear, but make sure that, you know, if there is a lot of, there is a couple of things that you guys do need to know, is that if you live in California and you are experiencing these earthquakes, please just make sure that if you are experiencing any of it, you know, it's probably on a daily basis that you experience this. It's just like Japan. On a daily basis you probably experience a lot of earthquakes and a lot of these things, but it's always a good thing to look. It's always a good thing to look and pay attention and see those things going on. And look, I'm going to tell you a thing that I haven't watched the video. I haven't watched anything like there's drama apparently going on with a couple, with two people that I sit and watch. I'm like, really? You're going to stand by and say like that, oh, Oriental Pearl, and it's like all this, like, well, look, it's, the thing of it is like seeing the other side of Japan, seeing that side of it. Like, you cannot just go, it's like Abroad in Japan and Oriental Pearl getting at each other. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why those two. I haven't watched any of the videos on it because, to be honest, I don't watch a lot of drama content. And seeing with what's going on with them, like, look, Japan is experiencing homelessness, and you can't, and graffiti. You can't just, you cannot just hide that fact. You cannot hide from these problems. Like, that's the whole point on all of this. It's like if I came here and I started talking about negatively about the United States and started completely talking about it negatively, like, I do this on a daily basis, of course. I talk about the bad things going on in America because of Trump and the bad things going on here. And it's like, and it's like, what? You cannot show the bad things of a country. Like, yeah, Japan, I'm gonna tell you, Japan is gonna be a little bit more safer than America. Okay, that's no doubt about it. But that doesn't mean that for violence and things like that. But it's not gonna be safe if you're there. Um, that there is problems that face in every country. Everybody has these unwillingly not unwillingly, but having these active problems being faced within all of these countries. And you know, every country has problems. No perfect country. You go to a X country, you do not have these complete 100% safe. You're gonna be less safe if you go to, say, you live here in the United States right now. You go to Russia, or you go to North Korea, or you go to China. Mostly Russia, North Korea, most likely. China, it's kind of one of those other baskets that, you know, they're not, they're communist, but they're not like super like Russia or North Korea and Russia kind of thing, where they just basically, where it's like you can go to those two countries. North Korea and Russia are going to be the ones that are going to have a lot harder time going to those countries than you are going to be going to um, the United States or going to Japan. And the only reason I say that is because you're not going to have a lot of freedom. Right now, the freedom is slowly going away here in the United States. But it's not going away completely. Okay? It's not going to be super bad. We just have to wait it out a little bit. But we do have to stand up and fight again. Fight. Don't just not fight and not take stance on these things. Because if you don't, there's no way you're going to be able to survive in a country if you do not speak up and you do not stand up for what you believe. You know, that's kind of why, you know, when I look at Oriental Pearl, I watch a lot of various different Japanese people. Or people like, I watch on John, and I only caught Oriental Pearl because of John. Because of John Dobb. And that's the only reason. I didn't go and just start watching Oriental Pearl. I want to see some of the bad things. I want to see the good side. I want to have a better understanding of a country that I would potentially would want to live in. Like, I don't want to go and, like, if I'm just going to go and visit, okay, I just want to see the good parts. I just want to have a good time. But if I'm thinking about wanting to live in a country, I want to see what the problems they're facing, what are the issues, what are some of these things. Like, yeah, there are going to be people that are going to be there in Japan that are going to be safe. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is going to be safe in every country. And you can still have issues, you can still have problems. And you could have all these issues and all of these problems that people face. People are going to face a problem. You can't just get away from you cannot get away from these problems from every country. There are going to be countries that have problems that you might not like. You only want to see the good parts of it, but then you get there and then you come back and you realize why did I come here? I thought this was like a good place. No, you got to think about seeing both sides of the area of what you live in, of what you want to do and what you live in. Now, if you're going to visit a country, you then don't need to pay attention to a lot of the bad side of things. But if you're wanting to actively live there, actively take that into consideration, you need to have a little bit of some understanding of what the bad things are, and figuring out what can we do necessarily to fix these issues. Um, so I look at this thing where I look at it as half full or half empty, or I don't look at it that. I look at it from both angles. I look at these things. It's like you come to the United States, you hear the only good parts about it. You gotta hear both sides. You gotta share both sides of English and uh, both sides in your native tongue too. Don't just go and say, oh well, this country is a good country. This country is fantastic. Like you should come here. You should do that. But you also got to look at the other side of the coin, the bad side of these things. Because if you don't, um, because if you don't look at both sides, then you're not gonna have the ability to draw or the ability to listen, um, in all of these places. You know, it's like you listen to black people, you listen to white people, you listen to whatever you want to listen to for this United States, or listen to whatever. Like don't just get into drama because you feel like that, you know, and you look at some of those titles, like yes, there are going to be some titles that just irk me the wrong way. Don't like you look like this is why I don't quite um listen to pretty much the abroad in Japan as much. I don't listen to Oriental Pearl that much. Like I listen to a lot of John. I listen to the only person I listen to from mostly Japan is John. I don't listen to anybody else. And it's not that I'm politically following his political leanings or anything. It's just there are some times where you might have a political leaning. I feel like John's kind of like this person that's like a centrist to me. I just feel like he's got some things that he doesn't like and some things that he does. It's like we all if we all have everything, like to me, like when you look at me and look at Trump, or you look at other people, there's going to be things where I disagree on Trump on a lot of things. Okay, I disagree with him on a major things. Like there's maybe like one or two things that he might be doing good in as a person, but he's not really. But the majority of it outweighs his good. The majority outweighs that of being the bad things outweigh the good if there's the majority of it. And like if you have some bad things and you have a majority of it's good, like you have like a couple, 2 or 3 bad policies because I don't agree with it, most of the time, like that's fine. But I only have 3 things that I disagree with in any policies. If you're gonna be there and you're gonna be anti-LGBTQ, I'm not gonna vote for you. If you're gonna be anti human being, like why should I vote for you? Why should I stand up there? It's like I would vote for Kamala Harris. I would vote for these things. Like I will admit that I tell you these things, but it's like you can vote whoever you want to vote. Don't just follow me and say, look, I have some political leanings because of who I am. If it wasn't for me being part of the LGBTQ community or being autistic or any of those things, I still would not be. Then I would still probably might not might not be caring enough on the political spectrum, and I would not be paying attention to what's going on. But because I am because I am transgender, because I am autistic, I am going to follow these things. And that's why I am always, thanks user for joining the TikTok live. That's why I'm always willing to listen that I'm always listening to that point. You know, and it's like you know, I'm not gonna give up on a lot of things. Like, even if but because I am autistic, because I am transgender, because of those two things, I pay attention a lot more. And even if I wasn't, I would still probably end up paying attention to a lot more if I wasn't trans anyways. I'd still stand up and support the LGBTQ community because, to be honest, I just feel like standing up and being willing to stand up and protect these people that as long as I'm willing to stand up and protect decent human beings, I'm still here willing to protect those things. And I'm not saying like I don't sit and have a I pretty much I am a moderate Democrat right now. If it wasn't for Trump, I'd probably stay a moderate Republican. But if it wasn't for Trump and a lot of his goons, that's why I'm left leaning. And that's why I don't have a lot of things. You know, I'm always going to look at somebody and say, look, you wanna play games, you wanna play games with people's lives, I'm not gonna stand for it. That's why I'm somebody that, you know, I'm gonna stand here and protect LGBTQ. I'm gonna stand here and protect the women. I'm gonna stand here and protect the men. When they are not dogpiling on women, and dogpiling on LGBTQ people as well. Like, if you're gonna sit there and dogpile on these communities, on all three of them, and you're gonna dogpile on because of your race, and you're gonna say, oh no, black people can't have a job, black people can't have this, white people this, white people always this, white people this, you know. Like I said, I am always going to be there willing to stand up and listen to whoever's in charge, who pretty much like, I don't like, would I want to meet President Trump? No, I would not. If I was given the opportunity right now to say, hey, I was given the opportunity to meet Trump, of course I would. I would go and ask him, why are you acting like this? Why are you sitting here acting like an idiot. Like, I'm literally asking because I'm somebody that's voted for you. I voted for you because I thought you were all of this, and you aren't. You haven't, you haven't really, you know, I voted for you twice, thinking you would be able to help America, and you didn't help America. I voted, I will tell you, I voted Trump the first and the second time. I did not vote for him the third time. And I won't vote for him again. Because my political leaning has now shifted. And has shifted enough to point where I'm standing up for freedom to make our own decisions. Like, we should be able to have, like, there are a lot of countries out there that have public health care. Like, I think we should have a public health care. We should have these things. And then if you want privatized health care, you can have privatized health care. You can get off the thing and still have it. There are a lot of countries out there that do have a lot of these things. And a lot of these things are pretty much something that I don't stand with when it comes to not having this, not having paid family leave. Like, paid family leave for at least like a month, like 4 weeks required. Like, paid family leave when you have a newborn child. Willing to take that point is like, if you're pro-life, then you need to be able to give families, give mothers, give these people a opportunity to have a good life, to have a family, to make sure that, when a mom comes home, that they can acclimate with their child. Like, you give them a month, it's like no brainer. Like, making sure that, everybody gets a 2 days required 2 days vacation every month. Like, 2 days paid vacation. I think that'd be fantastic. Making sure that everybody has, they can accumulate, and they can keep that accumulation. If they don't want to, they can, like, I'll tell you, like, my boss is even telling me I should probably take a vacation. Should take some vacation time. Like, I never really hardly ever took vacation, because you want to know why? Like, to be honest, I never really took a lot of vacation time because of 2 reasons. I didn't take a lot of that vacation time because, the first one is I never really gone anywhere, because most of my family was immediately close, was immediately right here, close at home, when I was working with my, not the job that I worked here, but the previous job before that. I never really hardly ever took a vacation for 5 years. I took 1 week of vacation because I took 1 week off because I had to, because I've taken like 1 week off because I had my wisdom teeth removed. I've taken a week off because I had because I was out sick. But I never really take vacation time. I rarely ever try to take that vacation time. Not because I don't do it, but like, I rarely ever do. And the whole point of the reason why I don't is because it's like, what's the point? It's like, I don't like going travel. I like to be busy. And busy is my kind of thing. And the whole point of it is like, I rarely ever take a lot of that, because it's like, why? Why should I, the only time I would ever take a vacation time is like, it's like, thanks Kay for joining the TikTok live thing, thank you. And I know the emoji symbol came in earlier, so thank you for joining as well. Thanks Match97 for joining the TikTok live. But I'm gonna tell you, it's like, I don't need to be consistent. Like, if I could afford taking a vacation, yeah, of course I would. But I never really take a vacation a lot of the time because, to be honest, like, I would sit down and I sit down and I said, I'm good. I don't need to go. I don't go much anywhere. I sit here and play video games a lot. Um, and I actively play video games. I'm actively always playing video games. I'm always sitting here wanting to play those more than anything else. And I know I'm addicted a little bit to it because right now I could be actively sitting here instead I could be applying for a whole bunch of jobs and actually getting a job somewhere. And yeah, nope, okay. But most of the jobs that I've ever had in my life, I've only ever done one job in my life that I had to interact with people. Um, and I only ever interacted, and that was my very first job. I never, I hardly ever talk to people. I don't like talking to people. That's how even when Glass comes in, and even when Scott comes in, it's like I just mute myself because I'm like, I just don't like talking to people. Like I don't like talking to people in general. It's like I can sit here and have a conversation with you guys. It's a little bit easier for me when I'm not talking to somebody. Oh, no, we're speeding. But like I said, I don't actively um um so I don't sit here and actively think about these things and actively put myself in front of these processes. Like, I am not somebody that you pick and just say, look, I'm gonna tell you, like, if I'm somebody that plays video games on a day-to-day basis, I'm not looking for, like, when I look at a job or I'm looking for a job, I'm not looking for actively trying to stay and play video games. I'm looking for mostly a job that I can be able to still play with Scarlet, still play with Glass. I don't care about my afternoon streams. If I lose them, I lose them. I don't care. I just want to be able to still play with these guys and still be able to have that time. And still be able to have time with you guys too. I don't want to, like, diminish that. That's why, most of the time I try to, so it's like that's the thing of a lot of these things, and most of the time I'm always sitting here listening to politics. I'm always sitting here listening to things that I cannot always change. But if I want to take into consideration a lot of that, and I just really think about, the issues that really stem across this country. Like like you don't, like, I don't watch a lot of drama channels. I don't really look at drama. I don't really watch a lot of it. The only drama I ever watch is on TV, and that's only like crime shows, and mostly it's just crime shows, to be honest. And that's all I watch. I don't sit here and watch a lot of LGBTQ stuff. I don't sit here and watch a lot of comedy or anything. I'd rather be sitting here playing a video game. I'd rather sit here and do things than sit and watch TV. I don't have all day long to watch. Like, I sit there and I watch maybe a little bit of YouTube every day. And that's all I do. I don't listen to Trump. I don't I don't sit there and listen to the news like on a daily basis, where I turn on CBS or I turn on these things. I go and listen to Midas touch on a couple of things or a couple of topics that I want to feel like I want to talk about. And the biggest one was talking about this California. Is California under threat? No. It's Camp Pendleton they're doing live fire tests from that. I'm like, it's still a little bit leery. And still me being a little bit leery with a lot of the things that you know, that I pay attention, that I listen to. It's like I listen to this, to my such talking exclusively. It's like, well, they're gonna do that, but it's like there's gonna be a military parade on the No Kings. It's like, well, you know, you're gonna drown it out. It's like you're gonna drown it out for yourself, pretty much. I'm gonna sit there and not watch any military parade. I'm not gonna watch anything. I'm not gonna go out there and watch it, because it's like, why? It's like, why? Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, I support the troops. I support the troops as long as they're holding up the law and following the Constitution. Those who follow the Constitution, those who follow in that regards, are the people that I look up to. The people who are willing to stand up and listen to the Constitution instead of Obama, or not Obama, but instead of listening to Trump and listening to him like he's a king, like he's somebody that we should worship. It's like the only people that we should really worship is God. That's the only person we should worship. We shouldn't worship him as like he's some glorified prophet, because he's not. It's like you aren't necessarily, you know. And then there's a handful of people that I do listen to. It's like I listen to my prophet. Like before October, I was listening to Russell M. Nelson. Now I'm listening to Dallin H. Oaks. So it's like those are the only things I tend to listen to is God. Tend to listen to my prophet. Tend to listen to the Holy Ghost most of the time. I'm not perfect. I never claim to be. Thanks, Reno Gio Rodriguez, for joining the TikTok live. Thank you. So I only listen to those things. I don't listen to as like take everything down to heart. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I just like feel like today it's like, oh, I thought it was gonna be war-torn California. It's like, oh, wait. No. It's not. It's actually, I had a moment of clarity for a second. But yes, it very well might be. We don't know. It could be that something happens with these missiles, that they dry fire, and something's going on. Don't know. Don't know a lot of these points. You know, I am somebody that you listen to for some knowledge. Don't believe everything I say. Don't believe everything that I do, but also don't have. But like, there's only two things that I will never budge on, and I've always said this every time I speak. I never budge on LGBTQ issues. I will never budge on MAGA, on not believing them. Like, I will not change my beliefs just because of it. It's like, you should not be. I'm like, I don't even really identify myself as a left-leaning person or a right-leaning person. I don't identify as a Democrat. I don't identify as a Republican, truly. But a lot of my beliefs and a lot of things that I do believe in tend to lean towards the left. And tend to lean towards the left. Not the right, the left. And that's why I say that. It's like, I'm kind of a centrist on a lot of some issues. Like, I do have some things with guns. Like, there's a little bit on the gun issue that I do have, is the ammo capacity. Not ammo capacity, but the silencer thing. And the thing is like, silencers are the only one that I do have a considerable. Why did California ban it? Well, I don't know if this is true or not, but California basically banned silencers because of a cop couldn't hear it from like 4 or 5 blocks away. Couldn't hear what was going on. So it's like, you ban silencers, like, okay. You're gonna hurt your ears because of it. Well, guess what? You oh, you do that. It's like, well, what about the military? Doesn't the military need? Then you're gonna have to protect their ears. Like, no. It's like, then why? Why complain? If the military have to go through it, so should the American people. Not everything is done properly and done right. Like, to be honest, like, things avium. It's like, I'm the only one that kind of a little bit on these things, that you protect yourself, you take care of yourself on a daily basis. Don't just go out there and believe what RFK says or believe these things, because protecting yourself is by getting vaccinated. Protecting others is by getting vaccinated. Making sure that you're eating properly. Like, a lot of times eating properly, like, to be honest, it's like you switch your pop. I'm not gonna switch my pop, because the whole problem is that Diet Coke and these things have a weird chemical that I don't really like. I don't like drinking that. I sit here and I'm drinking Mountain Dew, but that's the only thing I typically drink for caffeine is Mountain Dew or yeah, why? Now I could stay under here. Under there, and I wouldn't have the rain on me, but I gotta get delivering. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm somebody that takes into consideration on the issues that come into play with a lot of the politics and a lot of these things. Because look, I've come with a critical mind. There's sometimes where I do make a little bit of some problems. You know, I might go and say, oh, they're gonna do this in California, but I am not gonna be somebody that's going to actively go out and push everything that is being said, because to be honest, it's like there are some things where, you know, like but there are some things that I will and you know, I'm going to share with you that the one thing I will share with you is that when you look at the problems going on, one of the things that's going on right now is Mike Johnson not swearing people in, not swearing this House of Representative or in office, not swearing them in, not taking them into because they don't want the 218. It's like, why can't you then why don't you convince somebody else to not vote? And you wouldn't have the 218 to need to vote for the Epstein files. Adelina Grahova, I think, is her name, not being sworn in, not, and it's like they're afraid that, oh, they don't want the, and it's like they're not, and it's like, look, to be honest, like it's the Democrats' fault. It's not the Democrats' fault. It's not the Democrats' problem right now. The problem is done by the Republican Party. The Republican Party. Where are the Republicans? The Republicans aren't at work. The Republicans aren't in Congress right now. They're gone. This government shut down. Trump wants it shut down. So he does not want the Republicans to work with Democrats. He wants to do what he wants to do and force that way. And it's like you really, to be honest, like one of the things that I would say is if I lived in Mike Johnson's district, I said I would run against him, completely run against him for this reason. And I would run against it, saying, you're not willing to work side to side. I said, there are some things that, you know, I will work to get things done, work to make sure that we get everybody together, and making sure that people are doing their job and make sure that we are giving, because a livable wage and stuff. You know, look, if you want to tax people, why don't you just increase the minimum wage for everybody, and then they have to pay in more taxes? Doesn't that seem like fair? Like you get everybody to come in and make $10 a month. The minimum wage is $10 a month federally, and everybody who basically, it's like if every state has higher wages on their has higher wage, then why don't it be no brainer? It's like there's a lot of states out there that do have higher wage. Like, we need to have a higher wage so that people can live and thrive in America, not, and like I like when I always say is like, for me, it should not be about making it should be about making ends meet, making a point of, hey, I'm gonna make just barely enough to live and basically barely make enough that I can live paycheck to paycheck and a little bit extra. And that's my belief on these things. Not making not trying to make more money off of people. Like, you want to make more money off of people, pay them more so that you can, like if you're a corporation that has these jobs, you should, if you are a supporter of Trump, or you are a supporter of these corporations, like, these corporations should be giving people more money so that they can go and buy things, because that's what you should really be doing, is going out, getting a job enough that people can buy things, can have these things in their home. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to go out there and buy the fanciest headphones, the best headphones ever. You don't have to go out and buy the best computer of all time. Like, right now, I'm telling you, like, you don't. Like, you don't have to go out and buy the um you don't have to go out and buy the best technology. You don't have to go buy a computer every freaking year to do things. For me, I wouldn't buy a new computer every freaking year. Like, I'm not gonna be that person that wastes money and to waste money. It's a waste to buy a computer. Now, if I was doing it and selling my old computer every year, that's a bit different. But it's a little bit different, but not much. It's like, you shouldn't really, like, if you're having a 5-year-old computer, you're still going to be able to play most of these games. If your computer can run Windows 11 and you have that capability, you can still do it. But I'm not going to tell you to run Windows 11. I'm sorry. Windows 11 is like, that is something that I always will strive and tell you that car was just being. I'm glad I got the damage, but they should have paid a hefty price. They should have paid me. But it's okay. For me to go fix that damage. But I'm gonna tell you, it's like, I go and look at the technology that we have. It's like, if you're running on Windows 10, you can't upgrade to Windows 11, and you're gonna still lose security updates. If you are somebody that's running a 1600 NVIDIA, 1600 plus NVIDIA, or a Ryzen, or a AMD product from back then, you're or equivalent to that generation of AMD, pretty much you're gonna be or whatever the minimum requirements for bazzite is. Like, that's what you should really think about, is like, I'm somebody that will go and say, look, NVIDIA is coming a long way to supporting Linux, but I think, yeah. Huh. Are we going into Texas now? Because that's, yeah, we're starting to get into Texas again. Where are we headed? Are we? We are absolutely headed to Evanston, Wyoming. Okay. So I thanks Kayla Wood for joining the TikTok live thing. Thank you. Um, but I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm somebody that looks at most of the data and most of these issues and tries to pay attention to having some critical thinking. Like, I make some bad judgments. I do. I'm not gonna say that I'm a great human being at this, a great person at this, because the the problem, I'm going to tell you the reason why I said this, that I'm not a perfect, is because I made some poor decisions in my life. I'm not going to say, look, you're perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. I always repeat this, and I was repeating this because it's just one of those things that I like to hound to people, is that no, you should never think that you are a perfect human being, that there's nothing I can change, and stuff. And like, we can all change, we can all make better decisions in our lives. You know, it's like sometimes we make a decision like, hey, we're gonna go to Spain, or we're gonna go to this country, but then we realize, you go to Italy, or you go to these, and then you come back, and it's like, well, uh, uh, fudge. Uh huh. Uh huh. And so I always look at the things that come into play with a lot of, yeah, I'm still gonna be able to go through because they, like, I know that, but it's like you look at the game, and you look at these things. It's like, I'm not here to tell you that, hey, what you should really think about when you look into things, can your game can you run that game at a 60 FPS? Like, to me, 60 FPS is the ideal choice for me. I don't pick anything other than 60. I'm not this kind of person that goes after 120. If I get the game at 120, great. If I get it to 1080p, it is my ideal graphical setting. Like, I don't want anything lower than a 1080p right now, because like, I don't discern, like, I can't discern nothing between 720p and 1080p. I can discern 480p though, and I can discern 480p, and I can discern between those graphical settings. So I don't really, like, for me, like, I just like 1080p. Like, my phone is not 1080p. My phone is a higher resolution. Thanks, Noah Fitz, for joining the TikTok live. Okay, so there's that. Do we have any places to rest? Like Walmart, like you would think at a Walmart you would be able to rest there. Truly. Do we have any other? We do. We're gonna have to go that way because we need to rest. But I'm always gonna tell you guys, like, I'm always actively um I'm always actively looking for the best ways to just be able to play games and be able to just play them to my heart's content. I don't want to be here playing Call of Duty 24/7. I don't want to be sitting here playing this 24/7. I wasn't even thinking about hopping in and playing this today at all. I was thinking of maybe just taking a little bit of a break, um, and that, but I'm also gonna tell you, like, when I look at um, and I look at all these things, like, um, like I'm not somebody that picks a lot of games and say, look, we're gonna play this game today, we're gonna play that game today, we're gonna play um this game, and look, when I look at a computer or I look at something like that, I don't build a computer based on the minimum specs. I never build on minimum specs, always build on recommended. But like, if you have a computer and you still have it lying around and you have the minimum spec requirement for that game, you'll be fine. But like, if you look at thanks XJR for joining the TikTok live. KJR, thanks for joining. Um, I always actively look at the technologies. Like, look, my computer's still running to be able to play most of these games. Like, this computer would. Like, if I was buying Black Ops, I said I'm gonna buy a PC. I'm always gonna happily go and buy a PC computer than buying a PlayStation or buying an Xbox or anything. Like, I am more active would rather be playing on a PC on a lot of places than playing on a PlayStation or playing on an Xbox. But I play on the PlayStation because of Fortnite, and because I love Fortnite, and I um love that about it. Um, you know, I am always going to tell you guys, like, I am actively I actively look at the hey, this is a game that I'm gonna be playing 24/7. Um, am I gonna, can I play it? And where's the best place? It's like, I tell you, like, I watch, a lot of things that I tend to watch are mostly for, well, a lot of the games I tend to play, I tend to play wherever my friends go. And that's why I have I have PlayStation, because PlayStation is just one of those systems that I'm going to pretty much buy almost every year. That, you know, it's like, why then I should not having to use Windows. I don't play a lot of, it doesn't mean I don't play a lot of Windows titles. It doesn't mean that I'm not going against Xbox. It's the whole point of the matter is, like, if I can play it on PlayStation, if I can play it on Windows, on Linux, then I'm gonna be okay. We're gonna play these games. We're gonna go for it. We're gonna pick these things up, and well, yeah, I'm not going yet. But I don't actively, um, like, if I have to, I play it on console. I am not somebody that's going out there and picking up every game and saying, hey, we're gonna play this game. What platform do you guys want it on? It's like, I would love, to be able to play Battlefield 6 on PC. I would love to be able to play Fortnite. I would love to be able to play Call of Duty here. But the anti-cheat is the one thing that's going to hold me back. And games that require anti-cheat, I just use my PlayStation, because it's like, the whole point of it is, like, I'm not actively picking up every Linux distro, or not actively picking up every Linux distro. I'm not actively picking up, um, um, I'm not actively going to pick up the these actively pick up a distro and actively utilize another distro. I'm not going to change a lot of things. I just wanted a way for me to get away from Windows. And I found a way to do it. I can get away from Microsoft, minimize my Microsoft usage. And, you know, they're not going to know what I'm playing here. They're only going to know what I'm playing here. They're not going to know what I'm watching. They're not going to know what I'm browsing. They're not going to know that, and I don't want that. You know, I always actively look. Thanks, Richard Wallace, for joining the TikTok live. I always actively pick a place to just say, hey, look, we're gonna play this here. We're gonna. It's like if you're somebody that wants to get away from Microsoft as much as you can, mitigating that. How did I not get a red light violation? I don't know. But I always say is like I don't pick Linux as a basis for a lot of things. I was even actively thinking about going with Mac. But like I already have the hardware, I already have this stuff. Is there any operating systems I can switch over to? Like bazzite came the go-to. Gamers Next is one actively doing bazzite testing. He's absolutely somebody that I started watch that I like. I don't care about your politics most of the time. Like I'm not gonna care about your politics completely. I'm not somebody that, you know, you can pick however you want. I don't watch, I don't boycott a lot of things, okay? I'm not somebody that's gonna boycott every single company out there. Like, I would be boycott, if I did, and I started saying, hey, I'm gonna boycott these, I'm gonna boycott these businesses because they support Trump, because they support the Republican Party. It's like, I'm not going to go out there and stop drinking my pop, stop drinking Mountain Dew, stop drinking Dr. Pepper, stop drinking these things that if they end up or food in general, like most of the time I'm not going to stop some of those things. There are going to be some things where I want to like at McDonald's, I want to eat at restaurants that are not a necessity. If it's not a necessity for me, then I kind of take that into more of a consideration. It's like when I look at my clothes, like I buy a lot of my clothes, like most of my clothes did not come from supportive businesses, but that's because look, most of my shoes are from Adidas. Why are you? Puma, Nike, you like I just named a whole bunch of brands, but mainly I look at that and I'm like, I don't sit here and go out and say, hey, I'm gonna boycott this because this supports a Republican Party, this supports a Democratic Party. I do actively sometimes will do some of those things, because the point of the matter is, I actively look at the process of, is this company, how much? I won't, if it's a necessity, pop. Caffeine is not a necessity, but it's not also something, but I also don't, thanks Evan for joining the TikTok live, thank you. It's like I'm not gonna go actively out there and say, look, I'm going out to buying these video games, or out to buy these things that are not a necessity. I'm being honest, I stopped playing EA games now. Am I gonna stop playing EA games because they are owned by this? Possibly. I have some things where I do question a lot of these decisions that, I'm not a big fan of Linux, EA anyway. I've not been really a big fan of it. I don't play football. I'm not somebody that goes out and buys FIFA or goes out and buys a lot of EA titles. The only EA titles I have ever bought in my life are, well, as of I shouldn't say that. I do have some EA titles, but I have most of them are used titles. Most of them are prior to it. The only games I've actively, absolutely supported from them was Command and Conquerors and The Sims. Those are the only two franchises that I really, really play from EA. Like, I used to actively play, um, I used to actively play, um, Apex Legends. Don't play Apex Legends anymore. I don't, it's not the LGBTQ anything, or anything, it's these games I just don't actively play. The Sims, I don't actively play these games because what's the point? What's the point like, what's the point? It's not the LGBTQ point. Like, I don't play like Call of Duty. Like, if Call of Duty takes away the LGBTQ stuff, I might start questioning it. You know, like if they like, the problem I have with all of this is they're claiming, oh, that Call of Duty is going downhill because they added the LGBTQ stuff. Like, give me a break. If that was the case, then where was the outcry when Modern Warfare came out? When Modern Warfare came out, where's the outcry when that happened? Like, it's like people are claiming, oh, the Omni movement sucks, the Omni movement is bad, and I'm like, get a grip. You're never meant to play Call of Duty. I actually will tell you. I said, I'm actually. You're saying, oh, well, Call of Duty. Like, I like old Call of Duties. Like, yeah, there's some great Call of Duties from back in the day, but Omni Movement is great. Is great. I love it. I'm actively will tell you, Omni Movement is the only game. Is the only thing that I love about Call of Duty. Okay, and this is the thing I like about Call of Duty. I like the zombies. I like the Call of Duty stuff. But that doesn't mean I don't like Battlefield either. It doesn't mean that I can't go and play both of them and say one's better than the other. They're both great games. They're both great franchises. Like, I actively have played every Call of Duty. I pretty much have played every Call of Duty to this day. From PlayStation 4 and 5. I've actively played every Call of Duty for I played every Battlefield except for the Battlefield. I haven't played Battlefield 1942, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Didn't play Hardline. I've played Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, and I've played Battlefield 2042, and I've played Battlefield 6. Only the beta portion. I haven't played the latest thing, and I'm like, I did not like Battlefield 2042, but I don't like Battlefield 1 and did not like Battlefield 5. And it's like I liked Battlefield 3 and I liked Battlefield 4. We might actually go back and play those things. But I love Battlefield 6. Like, it's not about saying that this game's better than that, or this musician's better, or this musician's great better, or better than that. Like, there's a lot of music out there that's better than some of these things. It's like my active most listened genre right now is retro wave. I sit down and I listen to I listen to a lot of The Midnight, Jesse Frey, Lee Brock. Let's see, who else is part of this? Future Cop, Time Machine, 1985, you know, Kid Burn, you know, and just a handful, you know, Diana Jean Phoenix, are some of these people that you've never heard of, because these are not your average mainstream things that you would hear on a typical radio station. And I'm telling you, like, I actively listen to these artists because they're great. They're one of those things that you can do that. And I'm like, I like pop. I like some pop music, but I'm not really a big, huge pop fan. I'm more of a rock fan. Um, I don't actively, um, I don't actively pick up a, um, I don't actively pick up these, thanks Evan for liking the live. Um, so it's basically like I look at these games and say like Fortnite's like there or musicians or anything. It's like we all have our own various different things that we like and things that we like listening to and you know, it doesn't mean that I don't listen to country either. I listen to a little bit of everything. I listen to some rap. Not rap is the only one out of all of them, and like the harder metal. Like I don't actively listen to those as much compared to the rest of the music genre because if I cannot, if you're an instrumental, if you're um, or I can understand your lyrics, then I'm gonna listen to you. Unless you're like in another language, then it's kind of like Japan. Like like I listen to Japanese music. I listen to, you know, those things. And to be honest, it's like we should be actively learning languages and learning these things and growing and understanding and having the point to learn and take that initiative to pick a language, learn a language. Like I sit here and I'm on Facebook. I'm learning. I don't know why I've suddenly gotten Spanish language speaking. Like I don't know why I'm learning about Spanish now instead of Japanese. Like I would rather sit down and actually have more Japanese come on my feed on an occasion than speaking English than speaking Spanish. But I think it's just because I listened to some stuff through Oriental Pearl and stuff, and I'm like, I don't care a lot of the time. Thanks Brian for joining the TikTok live. Like I just don't care. Like I don't. It's like a lot of times like I like the Epic Games songs. Glass does not. Sometimes actually Epic Games does great. But you know, I am always gonna tell you like um I play Fortnite, I play Call of Duty, I play you know, I'm sitting here playing Euro Truck. I want to play this the Star Trucking or whatever this new thing that I found. I'll share with you guys when we get a chance. On this Star, this is a space. It's a trucking game, but in space, and it's actually one of those games that actually seems really nice and really great. Like, I would so happily just pull it out and actually go and play this game. This game actually seems like I would enjoy it. Like, I am somebody that loves driving, loves trucking games. I absolutely am somebody that picks a game up and I'm gonna be like, if it looks good to me, like I'm gonna be actively going out and picking these games and picking up and enjoying a lot of it. Now, of course, there are some things that when you look into games and you look into these things, it's like there are some times where I think a game's gonna be great. Like, you know, look, I thought Grand Theft Auto. Okay, I thought Grand Theft Auto was great game, was a wonderful title. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy Grand Theft Auto, and then I'm like, nope, I gave up. And that's not because I gave up, it's because of just my morals and the morals that I stand upon. Like, I don't play a lot of violent, criminalistic games like that. You know, criminalistic games where I'm going to be a criminal. I don't play them very often. It's maybe occasionally I come across something where I think I'm going to like it and I probably don't end up playing it. you know. You know, I don't actively go out and pick a game and say, look, I that's the only game, that's the only thing I do. And then there are some games where I don't go out and play. Well, I'll go out and try something, and then I'm like, this game looks really bad, this game's not great. Like, I will tell you, like, I am mostly, when it comes to video games, or it comes to places where I'm always actively looking at building, or actively looking at things where I can be. There's three things that I always love to play in video games. Okay, there's four things I'm always looking into. One, I'm always looking into the point of LGBTQ, where I always look for um, where I always look at not the LGBTQ, but when I look at games, I always look at creative games. Like the three things that I always tend to play the most: creative games, simulation games, and shooters. Are the top three games. Sometimes I will play like racing games and platform games as well. But most of the time, or RPGs. You know, I'm thinking about going and doing a live stream through doing Final Fantasy 2. I need to finish 9. I don't know if I still have the ability to do so. I don't know if I can now, because in order for me to do 9, in order for me to play 9, I have to use a Windows to finish it, just so I can finish up with the modification. Because I don't think I can run the mod. I can run Final Fantasy 9, I just can't run the mod that I liked using. And that gave me the best thing to run. But it'd be something where I could do it without playing the game without the mods. You know, maybe figure out a lot of different things in life. And actually take into doing something, you know, like maybe we go and play Final Fantasy 2. I'm thinking about maybe taking a little bit of a break from talking about politics with you guys, and playing a game like that. Picking up, doing Final Fantasy 2, maybe Final Fantasy 3, 4, 5, 6. We've done 7, we've done 8. Finishing up 9, playing 10, playing 12. You know, maybe go back and play 12 through Linux and see if it runs and see if it's great. Going back and actively picking up, help me save. Help me save for RTR Lite. Thank you for joining the TikTok live. Thank you. Where I will tell you, like, it's one of those things where, you know, and I've thought about playing Cyberpunk, and there's a lot of things that I've thought about doing and making, And I will tell you, like there's a lot of games that I haven't even touched through Steam that I own. Like, I wonder if Spec Ops: The Line's gonna run, because that's one of those FPS campaigns that, you know, if we're in Farmington, right? Okay. I wanna maybe we're gonna have to keep driving until this is done. Maybe we'll start Spec Ops: The Line, because, like, to be honest, like, I actively and actually went and played Spec Ops: The Line, and I was having fun. Like, Spec Ops is absolutely one of the best games. I own pretty much the old timey Spec Ops games. Like, could I go forward though? Yeah, because we got 8-hour trip time left. It remains as 33 hours, so you know, if I had 7 hours and 42 minutes, like, I have 8 hours trip time to get there. Like, if I in real life, if I know I was gonna do that, like, I would probably make make an active time to go and do something without having to, you know, like, I go to this location, I have 33 minutes on that location. Or not 33 minutes, like, if I had, like, 33 minutes left and I was like, I'm tired, but I have, like, 30 minutes to get there, like, to unload, I would actually just go and finish the delivery, you know. In real life, like, if I know that, I would, okay, I would actively try and finish it off. I need to take a breather for a second though, guys. Like, I'm just happy to be back in the United States again. Like, we've been in Mexico for a little bit. I'm kind of like, I just going wherever. Yeah, no. I literally, it was yellow and I was literally in the thing. So, anyway. Rings Bale for joining the TikTok live thing. Thank you. So, I'm actively, like, playing things and figuring out a lot of, like, I have a lot of games in my library that I don't even know whether or not, like, I can actively play these games. You know, we'll try the Spec Ops: The Line one, because I really want to try that one out to see if it'll run, because if it will run here, thank you for Linux, because I could not, for whatever reason, I could not actively get Spec Ops: The Line to run on Windows. Like, I had it at one point, I was able to play it at one point, could I have gone forward? No. Because well, yeah, I could have. I could have gone, like, if I had chosen to go forward, but I'm not going to risk any of this more. But, like, I'm gonna tell you, like, I actively pick a lot of video gaming, and I pick a lot of things to do in my own daily life that, look, I love the video games. I make the point of, just as long as I'm able to have fun and enjoy things, that's all that matters to me. Like, I rarely ever do get a lot of angry. within video games. Like, if I do, it's gonna be because I'm frustrated. And I just set it down, and just come back to it later. You know? Okay, so there looks like there could have been a special way, but I don't have time. Now, you know, we have 6 hours till I have to rest. Our trip time's gonna be 7 hours and 40 minutes. Hey, I get to bypass the way station this time. But I will tell you, like, I'm always looking for a lot of these games that look. When I look at things, thanks Jay McKenzie for joining. When I look at things, like, I don't actively go and say, hey, this person's a Republican, this person's a Democrat, this person's a whatever. I don't care. As long as like, hey, you believe this way, you can believe any way you want. But when it comes to being here, and you are actively a Trump supporter, I'm sorry, but I do remove people like that around here because it's not something that I want around me, per se. Like, if we, as long as we don't talk, because I talk politics around here, and so, I actively do that, but I'm not. The speed limit is 65, so we should be okay now. Where's so? So when I look at the things that I just look at every day on a daily basis, like California, like I don't care if you're Californian, I don't care if you're New Yorkan, I don't care where you've come from. I'm going to actively be willing to protect you and willing to support your life. And I'm going to actively willing to stand up and say, look, I'm sick and I'm tired of whoops. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm tired of all of the problems that come. I'm just tired of a lot of. We're in Monticello. Monticello, is that a Monticello, Utah? Didn't know that. So we're in Utah now. Right, yeah, we're in the Utah. We're in the... Unless... we'll check up when we go to Moab. Through there. But like I always say is like, look, I am going to tell you, like, I am somebody that you don't... that you don't want to mess with me on that. You don't want to mess with me on the politics issue. Like, I'm sorry, like, if you don't want to hear my politics, you can leave. Like, I've always said this and many times, like, I'm with Barnacules. A lot of my political values sometimes align with Barnacules, not necessarily everything, because my affiliation is close to being part of the LGBTQ community. I still stand with that. I still am a Second Amendment believer, but we also have to have some fixation. Like you can't get rid of guns now because it's too late. Like, we could have easily, if we had kept the... So, like, if we had taken a look, if the founding fathers had taken a look and seen what's going on now in the United States, I don't know if we would have the ability to keep the United States with it now. You know, I don't know if we would be here in the United States as an active person, as somebody who they might have said, we're not going to have the Second Amendment. I think we should have the Second Amendment until this time of year, and then the Second Amendment is pretty much like go, or at least understand what went on with World War I and World War II to understand those things. I'm pretty sure a lot of these things, we probably wouldn't have the Second Amendment if they knew what was going on. But I'm not somebody that's against the Second Amendment. I am somebody that, like, I repeated myself, but it's the same thing. It's like I go and look at the amendments, like alcohol. Like, I'm not for alcohol, but I'm also not against it either, because Yep, okay, so we're in the Sunshine State. And I want to tell you, like, I am somebody that takes things a little bit logical, like directively, but I'm not somebody that's completely like, I love, like, we should not be glorifying the guns and making it as like our daily. Hey, I actually managed to slow down a little bit. Pick it up a little bit. It's 4 hours and 46 minutes. If I can pick up 30 minutes on my rest time, off of my rest time, then like I'm wondering how they're gonna do Huron, to be honest. Like there's a lot of things that I wonder how they're gonna do South Dakota, particularly Huron. Like what's gonna put Huron on the face of the map? What's going to bring Huron into this? Like, there is this thing where I look at going and studying these places, and I love just traveling in America too. Like, if America, like, I would have more appreciation for America if I was actively had more appreciation if we weren't so much divided right now. So much, like, we have a big huge problem within America right now. The problem that we face is a divided nation. We are not united. Right now we are becoming less united and more divided. And I think we are becoming more and more divided now than we should be. You know, we can have our disagreements and have those things. Yeah. And we can always have those things and not have these. We have a lot of issues and a lot of things that go along within the United States. We have a lot of these issues that we face, and we face every day. We are constantly faced with challenges that come up. You know, it's like we can, like, if we were more united and we worked together and we actually stood together and we actually worked on a lot of things and stopped being Democrat or Republican and just become human beings, we would probably not be standing here fighting against Trump right now. We would not be standing here having war between Democrat or Republican. We would actually be having human beings being here. We wouldn't be having gay people losing their rights. We wouldn't be having abortion rights being taken away. We wouldn't have these things that on that. We wouldn't have the problems with the anti-LGBTQ sentiment. You know, we wouldn't have these things that are like that. Like, if it wasn't for that. Now let me go. Hold on. No, I don't need Reno. I need. Let me go to Truck Manager. We have this international right here. That is not being driven by anybody right now. I think we can take. I'm gonna upgrade you to that and get you the 18 speed with the retarder on it. And it's still not drivable. still not a drivable thing. I'm not gonna change you right now. If that's not a drivable vehicle still, let me go to used trucks here. We do not have any internationals. Okay. So that means we'll just work on getting that vehicle situated and worked upon. Once we get this one done, I think we will figure out to drive that or to get it fixed up. To be honest, you know, what's still wrong with it? What's probably making that go like that? But once we get this one done, I'm going to. We need to start thinking about unlocking adding another driver so we can start getting further money. Because in this game, it's a lot harder to get money in here than it is in Euro Truck, but it's more expensive in replacing parts in Euro Truck than it is in American Truck. So it's kind of a double-edged sword here, to be honest. The economy. Yeah, now we're an hour off on this, and now we're on Interstate 6, if I'm not mistaken, which is nice. You know, and to be honest, like, I am always in love with, like, people like Obama. Like, to be honest, like, I support Obama. Like, I liked Obama. I think Obama can bring people together. When a country can bring people together and people can come together and we can come together and make and do right. Like, look, I don't agree with everything on Democrats. I'm not like left or right or any point of contention. Like, I don't want to bring contention to a lot of things, but the only thing, like I said, over my course of my thing, is I am a supporter of democratic values when it comes to LGBTQ. I am leftist on the LGBTQ. I want protection, leftist on abortion a little bit. Like, I'm not completely leftist on abortion, though. Like, I am not somebody that you should just go out and have an abortion because you don't want to have a child, because you just wanted to get pregnant, you just wanted to have sex. It's like, no. You need to have some regard to protections for, you need to take into consideration that if you want to do that, you need to make those decisions. We have to have the process to make a decision in life and make sure that everybody is there, and making sure that we have the provision to understand and learn, and maybe take that consideration to study on all of these things, and making sure that we take the knowledge and the understanding that, look, we can have disagreements on a lot of things. I don't know, I'm repeating myself. I'm like that, but like I said, it's like I always take a stance on. I'm somewhat conservative on the I'm so much more understanding on the gun issues and the gun rights and things like that. I'm not left, I'm not right, I'm not on some of these things. Like sometimes I'm just like I have a centrist view on things. Like I have a centrist view on healthcare. Like we shouldn't be like we should have these subsidies. Like, oh, well, it's becoming more, it's becoming too expensive. It's like, yeah, but is it becoming too expensive because we cannot continue to subsidize it, or is it because America, or is it because it's becoming, or because it's just not a right policy? And what are you going to do to fix this? What are you going to do to keep rural hospitals open? They're not willing to keep rural hospitals open. They're not willing to keep these places going and that. It's like, okay, then what are you doing to fix a lot? You're not fixing these content. You're not fixing these things because you don't want to fix them. You don't want to fix the issue on these process and these things. Like I like, if you're not wanting to fix it, then you should. If you're not willing to help America, you should not be in office. To be honest, that's the one thing, is like, if you're willing there to help America, but you're only there to help America, not America in the sense of corporate wealthy people America. You're not there to for you're not here for America. You're here for only using it for your personal gain. Yeah, I know I'm gonna get a red light violation, but I think we're just gonna go forward. We're in Spanish Fork. Like, to be honest, like I know a lot about I know more about Salt Lake area. Like there's sand. Like I know about the Sandy area. Like um there's Sandy, but then if you look at it in Salt Lake, um there's Orem right there. There's Provo, Orem. There's Sandy, but there's also, I don't think, like, I know where Brigham. I've known Logan. I know that Herman. There is Midvale somewhere along here, and they don't have it here listed. But Heber City, like, I know a lot about this area right here, and I know about Ogden and Brigham City. I know about this area here as well. I do not know a lot about these other locations in Utah. Mostly because I've never been to these areas. Um, and then if we go over here, I know this area here. I know a lot about Rapid City. I know about Sioux Falls. Um, and I know a lot about it. I don't. I knew know a little bit about Minneapolis. You know. Um, and I know about Casper and Gillette. Rawlings, Cheyenne. Like I know a little bit about here, and I know a little bit about Billings and that, but I don't know much about anywhere else. And I know a little bit about I know a little bit about Idaho Falls. I've never been to Idaho. I've never been truly to fully Idaho because um where's um so I know a lot about mostly I know where a little bit. I don't know a lot about everywhere else in the United States. I don't know I don't know anything about Western United States. I don't know very much about Nevada. Don't know much about Texas, California. I don't know anything about the Western United States either. To be honest, there was a chance that I could go down here to Florida for a thing, but I'm not going to because of the problem with Florida. I would not like if I could, I would, but I'm not going to because I'm not gonna go actively out there to support every business. I don't actively go out there to pick a city or the only reason I said why I said there's only a couple places I will not go and visit. Like I will not go to Texas to live in Texas or go to visit. There's only about 2 states I will absolutely never set foot into these states. I'll never set into Texas. I'll never set into California, into Florida. I would more likely set myself into Washington. I'd rather set myself into Oregon or California or Nevada or Arizona. Or Nevada, one of the two. I can't remember. Um, I would more actively um, Colorado and Illinois and New York, Maine, like these places that absolutely go out and take LGBTQ in supportive of those things. Like, I don't care. It's like if, like, those are the things that I take into consideration. Um, we are almost done with our trip. We've got why are we taking 4 freaking hours? Hold the phone. Why is it gonna take me 4 freaking hours now? It should take me 4 freaking hours. I removed the AI traffic one because the AI traffic is just not there, and I don't use this because I want to have the pro mods thing. I don't need to. So we are here. We will be able to. We just have to make sure that I don't screw up again. But I'll tell you, like, I actively make my decisions and I actively think about saying, like, look, I am somebody that is a thing that, you know, if they're gonna actively try to take away my weapons, like, because the FBI wants to take away trans people's weapons, it's like, then I'm gonna basically say, you want to take them, go right ahead, because I'm gonna fight tooth and nail on it. I'm going to defend that. Like, you can take it away, but guess what? You can't, because I don't have any guns. My brother and my brother does, so you can't take them away from me. And if you're gonna take guns away from me because this, like, my brother wants to go and buy a gun for me because, and put it in his name, but it would be mine. It's like, no, that's not how it works. How it works is what it should do is, if my brother wants me to buy a gun for safety, like, I would totally do it, but I would go and learn how to go through training, go through all of the process to actually take that initiative to go and actually do these things, you know? Like, I would actively rather I would rather take that initiative to absolutely support getting it myself if I wanted to. I don't, but I probably should, just because for safety, good safety reason, a good safety measure, and making sure that I do these things and actually do it. And that's what I would do. It is, to be honest, like, I always will tell you, like, I'm actively thinking that if you're here in America, it's like, it's probably a good idea to have one anyway. Okay. Nope. No, you were the one that hit me. No. But it's like, I will say, it's like, look, I listen and I pay attention to following the things that need to be done and need to be asked to take care of. You know, I don't put myself into wanting to have a gun because it's, I'm kind of like somebody that kind of goes both ways. I'm kind of like, it's really tough because there are days where I feel like, no, we shouldn't have guns at all because this, but then there are days where I feel like we should have guns because we need it for protection, and it's like, it's one of those things that I struggle with that one. $800 north. want to do. I think I'm not gonna do convoys anytime soon, guys. Like, it's not something I'm gonna actively pick up because I don't want to sit here and convoy. I think I'm just gonna not do convoys. I think it's just something that, because I want to be able to do this while driving. And yes, I am speeding further and further. Oh, floop. Yeah, I got a little bit of damage for it. I'll take the damage. Like, what they should really do is, like, if there's like a thing like that, they should really put a charge like $1,000 on that. If you go around the barriers. Traps on a donut, thank you for joining. Traps on donut SMP, thanks for joining the TikTok live. Thank you. I know I'm getting tired. I need to go up to Silver Dollar City. To Silver Summit, actually. That's where we're headed. What? I... Okay, so Silver Summit. We're gonna have to get off up here because I need to get some rest. There's no way I'm gonna be able to finish. Like, I have an hour left. It's like, I would sit here and just drive the rest of the hour. Like, if I am getting tired, yeah, I would, but it's normally a 2-day trip on anything. Like, I'm not avoiding sleep. Like, I'm just trying to get to sleep. I'd rather just say, hey, we're just gonna... Like, I saw the red, the green, and I'm like, wait, oh, but that could have been for the other side, not mine. I just charged for avoiding sleep again? Like, seriously. Why? And 15 hours left, so I could have slept in it. Thanks, Donuts SMP, for joining the TikTok live. Thank you. We're so close, guys. That literally I'm gonna get on here, and we're gonna switch over and play some a Fortnite. But if you guys are watching on TikTok and Trovo, you guys will be able to see that. If you're watching on here on YouTube, make sure you guys are followed. It is greatly appreciated that you guys hit that follow, hit that subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated, because I absolutely love this game, and I have another game on my list. I'm not gonna get it right now, but if I had the job and the money right now, I'd probably buy it directly, just full price, because that game just looks like a game I would definitely play. And we'll show you guys what game I'm talking about, and see if you guys are interested. Yeah. There we go. And it's just telling me it's time for me to stream, because sometimes I forget. You know, I might need to put an extra additional one at 3:30 on my computer. I get to bypass the nearby station. Nice. Ding ding, ding ding ding, ding ding, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong bonk, bing bong bonk. Thanks, Henry, for joining the TikTok live. Sorry, guys, if that made you feel a little queasy. I won't do it again. But Alright. We are gonna get here, we're gonna get off, and I'll show you guys the, I think I know what I'm talking, what I think we're gonna try out. And trust me, I love my indie games, and so we're gonna try something outside of the typical trucking simulation game, like Euro Truck and American Truck is. We're gonna try something a little bit more, kind of up my alley, I guess. You know, I just saw it happen to be. Why? Okay, thank you, but and I'm just gonna hit confirm on that because to the point I don't have this. Now we are at 168 dollars. Now if I were to go out and buy another garage, we'd have one out in Minneapolis for sure. I'd have one also out in Oregon, Bend, Oregon, but I don't have the funds right now to do that. We're right now in Wyoming. Nothing there. Alright. Hey. As soon as I can go and get some rest, because we might be able to buy another garage here soon, and as soon as we can get another garage, like, that's gonna be a fantastic decision. We have one driver not driving, just driving a black, off the lot truck, has not been upgraded or anything, or done anything. We also have a truck that does not properly work. Like I said, we were going to fix that too, and I think if we have enough to buy another garage, I'm going to do that. Alright. I can rest. So let's go to services. Let's go to garage purchase. I think it's time. We have a Colorado. We could do a New Mexico one. But I think we're going to pick right here. Boom. 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 Yeah, you touch that one and you just crash. Because we all have Iowa. That's why I say you're gonna want to buy the missing six, and I would. But there is a game. Is it Alt F4? Okay. All right. There is this game that I wanted to show you guys. It's newly added to my wish list. Date added. Star Trucker. Um,
This is Gold Rock Radio.
like, like this game just looks so gorgeous. Oh, that just looks so fun. I have the money to buy it too, but I haven't have the deluxe bundle. I can even get the deluxe. I call those official games, like, like, this just so screams me. But I'm not gonna do it right now. We're gonna get back in. We're gonna go and check. because I bought the thing, but I knew that we cannot the places because we go to garage purchase, we don't have the Minneapolis purchase. Now, would I purchase a Fargo one because it's North Dakota, but but I want to purchase the Minneapolis one. Okay, so Scarlett said I knew you said 11 o'clock. I just want to make sure that he said sometime after 11, but I just want to make sure. So if we go to services, we go to garage purchase. Not gonna do Iowa. Not gonna do Oklahoma and Arkansas right now. Those two right here, I could have. Yeah, like those are not gonna be purchasable. Like I'm not gonna go out. Like I can purchase Sioux Falls. I could purchase Rapid. I can purchase Bismarck. I can purchase Grand Forks and Fargo. But that's the one we're going to purchase. I use it that way in a game like this. Like if it was in real life, I wouldn't be able to. It'd be something I need to learn to do better about, but we're gonna wait for okay. Let me go to media, photo mode. We're gonna take a photo. I'm gonna stop here at the Loves. And fill up. And we'll rest here. Do another rest. We might receive more than the 191. Yeah, we only received actually one. We only received less. So just restarting this sometimes. Service is garage purchase. Yes. Thank you for your purchase. Now, today we need the 16th. Live 10, 16, 2025, 2. Alright. So yeah, I showed you guys that star, Star Trucker. That actually, like, looks so much, a great game. And so that's gonna be something that's on my radar. It's not right now. I don't know, on that, but I will catch you guys, back here in about like 15 minutes. I'm gonna put my food away, and then we'll be right back. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you guys are followed, make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe. If you're watching on Trovo and TikTok and you want to go, you guys can hit that follow. If you're watching here, you're going to need to resituate yourself on TikTok though, because unfortunately TikTok does not allow me to change my title directly through Stream Elements. So anyway, we will catch you guys back here in a few minutes.